cloud.
Got it.
All right, and now we are going to go live on Facebook.
There we go.
Super. My gosh. Welcome, everybody. We are so excited to have you all here today. I'm here with Huib Peterson, and we have our TOHO challenge for 2023, Dawn of a New Day. We've got his featured designer piece right here in this box, and we're going to unveil it today. I don't know if you saw the pictures on our Facebook page. We've already posted them. But it's Nothing Gold Can Stay was the theme this year, Huib. What did you think when you got the beads in the mail?
When I got them in the mail, you know, it's always a little bit of a surprise to see what colors have been chosen and what different shapes of beads have been chosen. And when I saw what was sent, it immediately got me to the inspiration that I had. I've been looking for a while already to different designers, jewelry designers. I don't really look for inspiration in other bead workers, but often at well-known jewelry designers. Mm-hmm. And I have always really admired the work by Renee Lalique. And I had some of his pictures on my phone. So the colors and the shapes that came with this challenge were perfect for the inspiration that I found. Those are the earrings that you're seeing now. Those were kind of an afterthought. You know, I had the necklace done and I had still a lot of beads left. And I thought, let's make it a whole set.
Why not? You know, you
exactly.
Never leave the house without the last piece. So
exactly.
We're very excited. Oh my gosh. And I love your packing. Is this denim insulation for your home?
I have no idea. It came to me with another package. So somebody sent me something and this was in there. So I just like to recycle.
Yeah, I think that is the denim insulation from for your home. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is just amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. Okay, so the best way, let me see, I have a couple different ways we can display, and we've got the wonderful neck form here.
Yes, probably a little too long for the form.
It's a little too long, but I can get a larger one. I have a mannequin right over here too. I was just hoping to. Whoa! Oh my gosh! When you saw the picture,
I have most of the time I have a tendency to make my necklace a little short, a little bit choker length. But lately I've been trying to make them longer so that they are easier wearable by different sizes of people. So this one has also become a little bit longer.
Well, it is just amazing. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Here, let me remove me. No. We're gonna spotlight. There we go. There we go.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so
oh my God.
I built it in a couple of layers. because the inspiration looked like it was made in a couple of layers.
Mhm. And so speaking of the inspiration, why don't we share real quick, whoops, the photo. We just had it. I apologize.
Exactly. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, so this was the inspiration. And I know that some people on Facebook have or one lady on Facebook reacted, this is not a Lalique, but as far as I know, this was a design by Lalique.
And well, we are we're not the fact patrol, but I've seen that as well, that many people also concur that it was the leak. But that
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
time period had so many amazing designers that Lalique was certainly one of the main inspirations of
Mhm,
that whole time period. And
exactly.
so then when you look at the piece in person here, we can zoom closer up. The photo was taken, this is the chain just folded down, so it goes around the bottom. You could
Yes.
certainly frame it on the wall and do this kind of thing as well when you weren't wearing it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so it's just absolutely incredible. And so these fun little star components, this is very similar to how you made the earring as well, correct?
Yes, yes. So for me the focal, the winged lady, that was my first thought. And then going from there to make it into a necklace, I had to think a little bit, what would I want to do and how do I come up with things that has the same feel as the whole piece. So I changed the color of beads a little bit in those components. Um, um, uh,
That's the way.
and I think I did a good job.
Oops, wrong way.
Oh, that's the
Sorry, I
wrong one again.
apologize.
Which is also a beauty.
It's at Bead and Button or Bead Fest right now, so I know. So, oh, this is her face.
Yeah, so this is on the original. She wears something on top of her head, and that is what you see here, the pink and the big red bead and the greenish drops. And behind it is the head.
And
Yeah.
so then, there we go. There's the earrings.
There are the earrings, yes.
All right, and these are the wings, the amazing wings.
Oh, thank you. So I've used a couple of techniques that I haven't used before, and that is, I've seen it other bead artists using this kind of techniques. This is just a single herringbone stitch, so you just add constantly 2 beads on top of each other, and that gives you, that is the framing of the wings and the lines in the wings. And the other technique that I used, which I used as well in the dress and the head and arms of the lady, is I have no idea what the technique is called, but you pretty much lay beads next to each other with the eye facing up and facing down, and you sew them together. And the beauty of that is that your thread also becomes a distinct part of the design. And what was so beautiful with this one, or for me, a really fun surprise, especially when you look at this picture and you look at the dress part, which is the reddish part,
Okay.
you see that the golden beads that stayed real golden. But then you had sent in the kit a package of the recycled glass beads, which were more like a yellowish. And I thought those 2 colors would make a nice idea of the shadows in the where the dress moves. And then when I wanted to use a thread that was as well pretty as would give the dress a little bit more of a red glow. So I used a metallic embroidery thread. Horrible thread to work with because it constantly snaps. But it changed the whole look of the
Right down here.
yeah, it changed the whole look of the recycled glass beads. That instead of that they stayed yellow, they took on the glow of the red metallic embroidery thread, which was for me a lovely surprise.
It's really a lovely technique.
Uh-huh.
I have seen it in other designs, but when you really change the color of the threads and then have the different colors of the beads, it really acts so three-dimensional and looks more like bead embroidery versus anything else. And it's just it's a lovely texture that you get.
Yeah, it really was a lovely surprise. It really worked out very nicely.
So how
And
many
that is what
different colors of thread did you use then?
So I used in the dress just the metallic embroidery thread. In the body of the woman itself, I used the same color, and that is just a beading thread, the same color as the beads were, because I didn't want there any change. What I did in the body is I layered beads on top of each other to give it a little bit more depth. Which is neither a very simple thing to do because the beads fill up very fast with thread, so it becomes very hard to get your needle through the bead, but it worked out.
Right, yeah, you can really see kind of a three-dimensionality here when you've got this going on at this angle here.
Exactly. And I so love about these challenges, you get what you get. And sometimes it doesn't inspire you at all, and you just have to make something. And so this is my second time that I've done this challenge. And the first time it didn't inspire me as much as it did this time. But what it did the first time is that it gave me the opportunity to do new things that I had never done before. So I just started to play with the beads, and I let the beads talk to me. In this case, I did it the other way around. I got the beads got me the colors of the piece I wanted to do. And then I had to try to make the beads do what I wanted it to do. And that doesn't always work either. But it was very fun to experiment with it and try different things. And, I've had to pull things out a couple of times because they just didn't work or they didn't look right. But that is the fun of these challenges, to push yourself and do fun, different things.
It really is. Yeah, here's how. And so on this part on the body, where is this another color bead, or this is just where the thread didn't cover it, so it looks like a natural piping of the color?
Exactly. It's just because the thread didn't go over the whole bead there, just through over a part of the beads, and that's why it changes.
I mean, it's just magic how it works that way. And you really
you have that always with beads, right? Especially with the clear beads. Depending on the thread you use in the clear beads, you can change the color a little bit. But when you have them laying flat like this, that can change the color of opaque beads too. There it goes again.
I'm going to put it on the correct, I wasn't sure how big it was when I was looking at all the photos, and so trying to figure out, but I think it's gonna wear beautifully. Oh, sorry. Which outfit it might go with. It's just, wouldn't that be classic? So have you worn it yet?
Myself, no, I haven't. I haven't worn it. I work with a mannequin for clothing that you can change the sizes of.
Mhm.
And I myself, I haven't worn it. When I had finished it, I wanted to catch the deadline, and it was just a couple of days over. So when I finished it, I packed it up and immediately sent it to you.
I'm so excited to show it off. It's here at Bobby Bead, and we have it on display. As soon as I find the proper, I've got a mannequin sitting right over here on my counter. And so we can change, remove spotlight. So if you see the wall behind me, we have a wonderful display here, starting of TOHO challenge designs. And Huib's is gonna go right up here in the middle, so you can come and see it at Bobby Bead, along with some others. I've got Betty Steffens and Sherry Serafini and Svetlana, and we've got Olga Teague. So we're gonna be talking to all kinds of folks. And as you can see, all these boxes right here as well are all more designs that we're gonna unpack. We've got Sue Neal, Suzanne Seguin. We've got Sue Neal, let's see, we've got, who is this one? Oh my gosh, Heather Kingsley Heath, all the way from the
Oh,
UK.
cool.
So we've got so much fun. We're gonna start, our next unveiling is this giant box right here, and that's from the group at Bead Effects. Marg Yamanaka and Dwin Tomlinson and Anne Marie Delsonier. I hope I pronounced that right. And so this will be on June 2nd. We're going to be interviewing those lovely ladies, and they're going to be telling us all about how they made the butterfly. I'm not sure if you've seen yet those photos, but if you go to the Team TOHO Facebook page that you're watching us on right now, there are photo albums of the featured designers, and they're all going to be appearing more and more. We also are going to be showing these lovely designs, and there'll be all of them from around the world. We have a whole bunch more from the UK and Germany, and then 8 Japanese designs, and we'll be going to Bead Fest in Lancaster. So Team TOHO will have a booth with Maggie Thompson at the Bead Fest show. It's the Maker Fest show in Lancaster. That will be the first weekend in August. So you'll be able to see all these designs in person there too. If you don't live in Minneapolis, come on down to Bobby Bead and check out these designs in person and see how amazing they are. They're just so neat. I mean, I'm just in awe at.
And they're always better live than over Zoom
Really
or on
are.
pictures.
As you can say, it's not just this tiny little thing. It is live and in person, and you can't try them on, but you can take photos. And so we're very excited. Oh my gosh. Do you have any recommendations, Huib, for people who are taking the challenge themselves? How they might get started with this inspiration palette?
I understand that sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating for people to do things like this, especially when they see the finished products from others. But I don't think, and I've always thought that about challenges and competitions anyways, it is not about the result. It is about the path you take to the result. And for me, what I really love to do, and that is also when I have people asking me to make certain things, for me, it's a challenge to get certain things together and then having to make something out of that, and challenge my own creativity and my own, and stretch that out and make it, and thinking out of the box and trying new things. And I always said to people, it's making things out of bead. What you're doing is pretty much sitting in the sandbox and playing with the sand. And if the sand doesn't look right as what you wanted it to look like, you can pull it all out together and bang it all back into the sandbox and start over again. Or take what you have and build up from it and see where it goes. It is not about the result, but it's about the things you learn on the way. And sometimes even those things can be very inspiring, right? This is for me very different from my other works that I've done. And it has me very much inspired to try this again with different designs. So I already have some pictures of other Lalique work that is very inspiring for me. And I'm going to see what I can do with those in the future.
Yeah, are you working on anything now? Sneak peek, you could show us?
So I have a picture of it, and I don't have really a lot done at the moment because I'm working on other stuff. And I'm also helping a friend out at the moment, so I don't have a lot of time. But this is another Lalique piece that I have printed out, and I will try. It's all I have is a strand of beads. It's all that I have at the moment, just a part of the.
You have to start somewhere.
Exactly. And I'm doing it now in the piece that you have here. The framing of the wings and everything is done in a size 11. Mm-hmm. And I'm now trying to do it in a size 15, so that it's a lot smaller. I don't know if it's going to work. Because the filling in of the wings, mm-hmm. I first made the whole frame and then went through the herringbone stitches back to fill up the spaces in between. And that was hard with the size 11 beads already. So I don't know if it's going to work out with the size 15 beads. If it doesn't, then I'll go back to the size 11.
Right. And it's all part of the fun. And maybe try a size 11 demi, because it has a larger hole. But since they're smaller, when you herringbone them, they really almost look like the wire that you embroider.
Yeah, like the gold frame.
Yeah,
exactly. I will look into that. The demis, you said?
Yeah, the 11 demis. Have you used the TOHO demis?
No, I didn't even know that they existed, to be honest.
Yeah, in 3 sizes. So they took the 11 and they cut it in half, like sliced your bagel, right? And so it's the perfect little spacer beads, the same diameter and hole size as the 11, but it's shorter than a 15. Yeah, it's only 0.9 of a millimeter tall and 2.2 millimeters around. So then they did with the size 8 and the size 6 as well. So when you do some stitches like herringbone or peyote, square stitch, it shrinks really together. It almost looks like metal coils. But if you do like right angle weave, it's open and airy and lacy. And so the stitch that you did where you laid it flat, one of my coworkers, Elizabeth Simonson, had made a pinwheel aerial out of that, using that stitch with the demis, where it's like a metal lining and a clear outer. So like the copper line clear, bronze line clear. So you get an optical illusion in the bead. And then she used either clear line or metal thread to create a really neat metallic, like it's showing through in the sun too. So it was all about, but it was one of those fun pinwheel kind of shapes that you hung.
Yeah, cool.
And so she didn't know what that stitch was called either. So if anybody knows what that stitch is actually called, where you lay them flat and then stitch around and catch all of its neighbors, but all the holes face up. So if
Yeah,
anybody knows the official name of the stitch.
Yeah, there's a girl that started doing this a while ago, and
Yeah.
that is the originator of this stitch, as far as I know. I think she called it quailing, like yeah.
Quilling or quailing?
Quilling.
Quilling.
Yeah.
Because yeah, usually quilling is more of actually using quills.
Paper, right?
I thought, or I don't know. So yeah, it's one of those fun things. If anybody, Hannah says it's bead quilling. So, so yeah, I think that we thank you all for watching us today. We thank you for answering our query questions as well. It's so much fun. Stitches, there's so many stitches you can do in bead weaving. And then what you do with those stitches is up to your imagination, pretty much, right?
Exactly. It's really, it's play. It's just play. Or that's what it should be.
Exactly. That's what makes it so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, we encourage you all to take the TOHO challenge too. This year it's called Nothing Gold Can Stay is our inspiration. You can find the palette list of colors on our TOHO Facebook page. It's pinned to the top of the page. We also have at Bobby Bead on our websites, there's a TOHO challenge category. When you go there, either on the retail or the wholesale. And so it's easy to find all the wonderful colors. And we hope you too will take the challenge and have a lot of fun beading, because that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Huib. And we look forward to seeing all your work. Once you do take the challenge, send us photos and we will post your photos of your designs on our TOHO Facebook page and websites as well. And that's also how we choose some of the designers to be the featured designers for 2024, is by taking the challenge and sending us pictures of your work. So thank you so much for joining us today. Have a super day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. And then stop.